Prue Stevenson. Welcome to the Spectrospective. I started Masters this year and I'm working really hard on exploring my senses and how I can make being autistic more socially acceptable. And I'm also working, I got the Leslie Hall Art Grant as well, and I'm working on a project called Stim Your Heart Out, which is also about making stimming a socially acceptable behaviour, and not only that but connecting it with neurotypicals to try and collaborate dance and stimming so that it can be more accessible to neurotypicals, and we as the autistic community can teach neurotypicals how to self-regulate through positive sensory input. Well, when it comes to stimming, I didn't stim a lot when I was younger because it wasn't a socially acceptable activity, so I had a lot of working out to do in terms of my emotions and trying to control who I was and how I was. And as an adult, I've met a lot of young autistic people, including my friend Dylan, and they've shown me how stimming is really beneficial, and I've started to connect with it, and it's a very natural behavior for me to self-regulate, and sometimes it's really it's really fun when I'm at home and I get a bit tired and my housemates see me doing this, and then they sort of see I'm having a good time with it, and then they know when they can join in and we all have a bit of fun stimming together. So it's a really beneficial activity in terms of health and therapy. I think stimming is different for a lot of people. It's, for me, I find doing a repetitive mundane activity really helps me in terms of, say, when I've got a sensory issue. For me, it's my smell and my hearing, and then my touch, and it gets to the point where my brain can't process that information, so it physically hurts me. I find that something that, like knitting, where the wool feels good and my fingers are doing this, it's that really tactile, repetitive behavior that is helping give me positive sensory input to combat that negative sensory input. So that is one reason why I think stimming is really beneficial. However, there are lots of different things, even things just as basic as self-expression, like being able to dance but without music. It's just really, really fun. So I think that the biggest thing that we need in our everyday living as autistic people, and not just autistic people but other people as well, whether it's any type of disability like an acquired brain injury or anything, is having sensory rooms, having that space where we can go away and be able to have some respite and have less sensory input, because our world is, it's just we're getting more and more information on a daily basis or an hourly basis in terms of our technology and everything. We're just getting all of that through our senses. The main difference with the autism community and everyone else is we tend to get, we can feel it first. We're really heightened in that, but everybody's getting that same sensory experience, input, and we just really need spaces where we can have less sensory input and calm down, so a bit of respite, so we can come back and keep going. This is my new double-sided sequin fabric, and it feels really fun, and I'm thinking of making it into maybe like a wall piece or a hallway where people can just go along a hallway and rub it, maybe putting a fun sense of smell in, like I really like vanilla essence, and this artwork here is part of a project I'm working on, which is a calm cave, and it's basically that same idea of just self-regulating on a daily basis, and that energy that gets expended from my body gets represented in the light, and then it's making a big sensory room that I can be calm in. I'm currently studying fine arts at RMIT and doing my master's, and I'm also at Taekwondo. I'm I think due for my 4th Dan black belt in about a year, and I also am in a band called Ice Cream in a Mug, which does 1930s and 40s covers about happy, hope and food, and it's all about sharing those things that we believe in through the mediums that we use in everyday life.